All right, we are doing a solo playthrough of Metus. This will be the state versus the insurrection. A couple quick notes. There's a big margin around the outside. That is completely my printer. That is not actually part of the file at all, but I got tired of trying to deal with it on my printer, so we're just going to move forward with this wide margin on the outside. The actual file will have no margin at all. Okay, so it's a action drafting game between us and the insurrection. Our actions are mostly represented on this side of the player sheet, and theirs are on that side. Rather than explain all the rules up front, we're just going to dive in, and then we'll just see how it goes. You'll learn it as we go. So to initiate the game, we'll need to choose a color. All of them be red. We can be purple. We'll place our starting influence over here. And their influence will go opposite of ours. So I'll put theirs over here. We'll start with 0 gold. We'll start with 5. And that's just the default rules. All right, so we'll initiate the advisor phase, as it's called. We're basically trying to sway these advisors that represent the old regime's state apparatus that's crumbling to pull them into our coalition. For starters, I'm going to grab... I'll grab Chancellor. Chancellor is 6, so I'll choose a dice and set it to 6 and put it on here. And Chancellor says, pick one of your existing influence and place an influence next to it, and then gain 4 gold. So I'm going to gain 4 gold, go to 9, and then put another influence over here. Okay, that'll block the Chancellor there from us being able to take it again in the future. Now the insurrection will take their turn. How you do this is they roll a d6. Oh, they got a 6. They're going to rally first. First they do their insurrection action. That's rally. They're going to gain 2 gold for every region in which the insurrection has the most strength. They don't have the most strength anywhere. We just beat them here, so they're leading nowhere. And they're going to gain 3 gold if in control of a region. No regions are controlled yet. That's when they're completed. So this 6 will do nothing, and it'll go over to the Chancellor. And since the Chancellor already has a 6 on it, they get to do the Chancellor action. And what this represents is they're basically pulling the Chancellor away from neutrality and getting them to act on their behalf. So we have to resolve the Chancellor action as them. I'll have them tie this area up. That's fine. If I spread out into one of these areas, then they would have they'd have more strength in that region, and we don't want to do that right now. Okay, so we take it our turn here. I think we'll go with Cardinal. No, we'll take Spy Master. That's useful to get around. So Spy Master says, choose an enemy influence and then place 2 of your own influence next to it. So we'll choose this influence here, and we'll put our influence here and here. That allows us to get into 2 new areas. Then the insurrection will take their action. A 4. They're reading our mind. Demagogue. So they're going to place do this 4 times. Place an influence and each in a unique region. Okay, so they can tie up this area. That's fine. We'll let them tie up this area and this area, and then they got to place 1 more. So we'll put that over here. And then this will go over to 4 and do the same thing. Getting a little bit unlucky here. So they're going to Spy Master us. We'll have them Spy Master this specific area and put 2 more into this region over here. Okay. We will take the Cardinal and grab an influence here. So Cardinal says, place one adjacent to your existing influence and then do it again anywhere on the map. So I'm going to do that here and then do that here. So now we're leading in both these areas. Now the insurrection will take their action. This is quite the luck we're having. So they're going to 3 times place an influence not adjacent to any other influence. Okay. Up here is not adjacent to any other influence. They can take that. Over here is not adjacent to any other influence. They can take that. And then way over here is also not adjacent to any other influence. And then the 3 will go on the Cardinal, and they get to do that one. So we're going to have them go this direction with that. Have them go like that. Okay, so there's quite enough doubles. So it goes back to our turn, and as you'll see, these get crowded out, so we're running out of options. And either when these would become all full, or whenever we choose to, we can take what's called a recall action. So we're going to do a recall action. What we do is we pay 1 gold per advisor that has 1 or more dice on it. So we will pay 3 gold, go down to 6, and get all these dice. And be sure not to change their value. And after we pay the gold, we're also going to do a morale check. So we have 6 gold and they have 0. So we're going to gain 6 morale, which is these circular tracks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the morale track. These other 3 check when we complete a region. This is the only one that relates to not completing a region. Okay, so now we have these dice to spend. These are our loyalist actions down here. We can also do a tax or levy action, or buy the initiative for the next turn, which we may do because we have a lot of pairs. Otherwise, we have these loyalists: the Duke, the Captain, the Deacon, the Spy, the Consort, and a rally action as well. So we will take, how many areas are we leading in? Personally, just 1, so that's not super great. So we're probably gonna actually spend this pair to buy the initiative next turn. And then we will spend these ones to do a spy action and a deacon action. And that's it, not super eventful. So I'm gonna do a spy action over here. So spy is like a junior spy master. You pick an enemy influence and place one of your own adjacent to it. And then the deacon will be just like a half cardinal. So we'll place another influence adjacent to one of our existing. I think we can still make a stab for taking the capital region. Okay, so now we get to go first because we bought the initiative with the pair over there. So we effectively get to do all those loyalist actions in any order we want, and then we jump back into the advisor phase with us going first. The dice are discarded at this point. Their values don't matter. I'm not going to change them, but they're not relevant. So what do we want to do? 3 to 4 here, but if we make a stab for it, we might be able to pull it off. So let's go with take Spy Master and use this one here to put 1 here and 1 here, and then the insurrection will roll. They got a rally, so they are not dominant here. They are here. We just beat them here, so it's going to be 1. We're tied here. They're only leading in 2 areas. That's not bad. So they're going to gain 2 gold for every region in which they have more strength. So they're going to gain 4 gold total. They have 4. We have 6. And then the 6 will go over here and take the Chancellor. However, it doesn't already have a dice on it for a change. First time they've rolled and not landed on something that already had a dice. So they do not get to take this action, only if it was already occupied. Okay, so back to us. We have 5 here to their 4, so I think we make a play for that. We can take the Prince, and that'll help us as well with some other stuff. So we're going to take Prince by picking a dice, setting it to 5. We'll use, Prince says, place 1 anywhere. That's why it's not attached to another hex. Gain 2 retinue and gain a gold. So we're going to go up to 7 gold, gain 2 retinue. These are basically armies in reserve that we can use later to place on the board, which will be very helpful. And then we will score this area because we're going to place that influence here that comes to the Prince. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 versus their 4, we win. So I'm going to, in this banner here, I'm going to fill it out with our color, purple. And we're going to gain 10 dominance, so that's all the way to here. However, all of their supporters are driven underground from this situation. So each of their supporters here, each of their influenced hexes, will gain them 1 adoration. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to gain 4 adoration from this. So we'll put them in at 4 over here. But, you know, we gained 10, so we kind of gained 6. resources, more or less. Now, no fear would be gained because there's not army strength in either side. So fear is earned by having more army strength in a region when it's closed off. Win or lose. If you win or lost control of it, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that was our turn. Now they're going to go again. They're rolling a 5. All right, so they're going to do the mob action. They're going to place one of their influence adjacent to their own influence 7 times. That's a lot. And then they're going to be able to take Prince. But we'll resolve this in order. So mob, we'll put them over here. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a lot. And then they're going to be able to take the Prince action, so they'll get another gold. They go up to 5. They're going to gain 1 influence anywhere on the board, which will go here. And then they get to gain 2 retinue. However, they don't have any place to store retinue, so whenever they gain armies, they just immediately deploy them. So we'll put those, we'll park those over in Ostoria here. It has to be placed adjacent to something they already have, so jump there to there. So that was their Prince action as well. Now we could recall, we would lose 1 morale by doing so, but we get to do a rally later, or do we keep pushing our luck? The fact we don't have any ability to jump anywhere we want on the board is a little bit penalizing. Oh yeah, sorry. When they completed Castra, they're going to gain their control of this region, and we would gain 1, so they're going to gain 9 dominance. Go back over here, and they're going to gain. We're going to gain 1 adoration. So cross that off here to here. Okay. So what do we do? Could get more armies. That might become useful fairly soon. Could recall. And we do control Ostoria. That actually might be pretty good. Let's do it. We'll recall. So we're going to go ahead and spend 3 gold, go down to 4 from 7. Our 4 versus their 5, we're going to lose 1 morale. Let's go down this way. The color that it's shaded in doesn't matter. It's just a positional thing. So the fact that I crossed this one out with that color just was more expedient to use that position. This is still on my side of the board, so I still have 5 morale. Okay, so we're going to grab these dice and use them. Now we have a pair and we have a rally. So, and we have a spy. So I think we're going to use the spy to jump in over here because we can use this influence. Now it is tempting to use these 2 5s to tax Ostoria and get a bunch of troops or a bunch of gold, but I think we'll have to hold off on that. More pressing matters right now. So we're going to use these 2 5s to go first in the next phase to make sure they don't interrupt our plans. And then this 6, we're going to use that for a rally action. Now we do control Ostoria, so that's 3 gold. We're leading in Campestrius, so that's going to be 2 more. So we have 5, and that's the only areas we're leading in right now. So 5 will be 9 from our 4. So we're now ahead in gold. And we're going to go first because we just bought that. So definitely going to take Cardinal right off the bat to finish this area out. Okay, so we have 3, they have 3. So what happens when we tie? Well, first of all, we mark this little thing below in our color, meaning that we pacified this region. So we kind of became the peace brokers here and gained more adoration for resolving the conflicts of this region. So it means we don't control it. We won't gain control and benefits from rallying later. We can't tax it later with our tax or levy action, but we will get 3 adoration. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to cross off their adoration gain that they had earlier and go 1, 2, 3 in our direction. Okay, and then they get a roll. So there's 2 ways to get adoration. You saw it when you lose control, your supporters there are driven underground. The second way is to be a peacemaker by tying an area. And that's the only 2 ways to gain adoration. All right, so they did a demagogue. They rolled a 4. They're going to get to do this 4 times, place and influence each in a unique region. So let's see, where do we want them to go? Each in a unique region. Well, this is a unique region. just means we can't place them in the same area. So there's one. They can go up here. We'll soon outpace them there. They can go here, and then go here. We're just fighting for the south side of the map right now, it seems. And they're going to block the Spy Master from us being able to take that, which is would have been helpful. Okay, what else can we do right now? I think we just need to get more troops, prepare us for later. So we're going to take the general action. This is a split action. You can do one or the other. It's the only one like it on this map. You can either deploy an army or gain more retinue, reserve army. So we're going to gain more retinue. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Cover that up, and then they roll 5. So they're going to gain the mob action again, and then it's going to block the prince. We can just resolve the mob action. Let's see, where do we want them to go this time? They can go over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. Okay. Looking pretty good to recall now, because if we don't, we're gonna have basically a 5 out of 6 chance to land on something we already triggered, meaning that they can also do that action. So we will pay 4 gold. Go down to 5, still tied with them, so no morale is gained or lost. We'll gain all these dice for our loyalists. So we can do a captain, we can deploy, or get 2 retinue for captain. Deacon, spy, and consort. Okay. Here is, that's their dominance. We're presently ahead, but only by a little bit, only up 6 points. Neutral on adoration, up 1 on dominance, up a 5 on morale. No one scored, earned any fear yet. Could we make a play for this area? It's possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We need a big deployment over there. Could happen though. Let's go for it, I think, actually. So we're going to go with consort first. That allows us to pop in over here. Just drop 1 anywhere is what that says. We can also do a spy. So we'll use this one here to bounce off there to go here. And then we will do the captain action. I'm going to deploy an army between 1 and 6 into an area adjacent. The 1 and 6 is just in the rules. It's not on the board. If we put a 6 here, we'll have 8 to their 7, so we'll win by 1 and get some fear. So I think that's actually a pretty good play. We just draw a 6 in there. You notice we have 6 retinues. Just for visual clarity, we'll use a Sharpie to cross these off. It'll just make it a little bit easier to read at a distance. All right, so we are taking this area. Once again, they have 7, we have 8. We beat them by 1. We're going to gain control. We mark this in our color. We have 6 armies to their none. So we're going to gain 6 fear. That puts us over here with fear. And 10 dominance. So we're going to cross this off. 1. Well, we were at 1, so we'll just jump to 11. Okay, so we are getting kind of close to winning, although they're going to be pulling adoration back in their direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 once again. That's going to cross off the center one here. Then they're going to jump to 7. So 5, 6, 7 on their side. Once again, the colors here don't matter. I just like to mix them up. So I like to, cross off the colors with the alternating colors. Makes it much more visually clear. Okay, so that's scoring Daguria there. And we still have a 3 to spend and put on the Deacon. We can use that to hop the river here and jump into a Zenda. So we'll do that. So now if we were to do a rally action later, we got more power, more strength here than they do. Okay, so we're back to the phase. Now, we didn't buy the initiative, so they're going to go first. Okay, so we're going to roll a dice. 5, another mob action, darn. And they're going to block the prince. Okay, they are angry. Where could they go that wouldn't be too harmful for us? We spent all our armies, so we're kind of tapped out for a bit. There's a lot here, so I think we'll let them fill that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. A little lazy there with the coloring job. Apologies. Okay. They are clearly leading in this area. What do we do? Try to make another. We're way up here, so if we continue to score, we might lose some of the points we would otherwise gain. For example, all of us would lose us a few points because we'd max out. We're winning in fear right now. We're actually in the end zone of winning there. But I think we're going to just bide our time, get more retinue to try to figure out what the next big play is going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then we'll go again. 4. Each in a unique region, then block Spy Master. Okay, each in a unique region. They can go here. They're already leading in that area anyway. 1, they can go here. That's fine. 2, same thing here. 3, and 4. Okay, what do we do now? I think we take Chancellor, make a morale, play for morale. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and grab, place one adjacent to anything we already have. Can't get into any new regions with that, but that might be fine. We're gonna go up here with that. Probably losing this area, but at least we can get more adoration out of it. Okay, and then more importantly, we get the 4 gold with the Chancellor, so we're gonna go up to 9. Okay. Back to them. Oof. Okay, rally. All right, so they control Castra. They're tied here, thankfully. We control Ostoria. They're leading in Alvis. So that's going to be Castra's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to get 9 gold. 9 gold, so 14. Then they're going to actually take the Chancellor action because we were audacious enough to take it for ourselves. They're going to get 18 gold, and they're going to place one adjacent to anything they already have. So they're going to go here. All right, we have 9 gold, they have 18. Not super great. I kind of was hoping, we were hoping to get the morale up into the winning position. Now that's been kind of turned on its head. Can we use Baron for anything useful? Yeah, I believe we can actually. Let's go and grab Baron. We haven't even used him yet. So Baron, you can place 3 adjacent to one you already have, but he can't cross rivers. He's strong in a region, but not between regions. This is the best spot. He's set up well. 1 will be here, 2 will be here, 3 will be here. If we can take a clean sweep on Azenda, that'll help us a lot. And if they don't have anything there, they'll get no adoration out of it. So maybe we can set that up to monopolize that area. Okay, they're going to go again. 4, okay. Each in a unique region again. They can lead here temporarily. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, getting close to completing this one and this one too. It just says is 1 away from being complete. Okay, and then the 4 goes over to take Spy Master, and we do have to choose for them to resolve any action. They got to choose something where they could resolve it fully. And if there's no position they can resolve the action fully, then we can choose some position where they can only resolve it partially. But for example, I couldn't pick here to say like, oh, I'm going to just make them be able to place 1 out of the 2. If there's somewhere on the map that they can place both of them. And I think the best place that they can place the best place we can set them up to misplace it more so is here. So we're going to put them 1 here and 1 here. Once again, these aren't final assets. We're probably going to move this banner up here a little more out of the way for the final release. Okay, so that's Spy Master. We got to take a recall action at this point. We're going to lose a lot of morale, but maybe we can turn it around. All right, so we're going to lose 5. We go down to 4. 18 versus 4. They're going to gain 14 morale here. Pretty bad. So we're going to cross this off. That's 5, so we jump 5 over here, and then 1 under the 10, so that'd be 14. They're already in the winning zone here with morale, so that's pretty dangerous. At least our dominance is way up here, and our adoration is in a fair spot also. Yeah, getting a little close there as well. Okay, so we did a morale check. We paid the gold. Now I think with these doubles, we'll be able to turn it around with some taxing. The power of taxation. All right, we have a Duke. He's going to be duking at some point. this is all kind of set in stone. But I think we spend the 4 pair to do a tax action, and then spend one of the 6s to do a rally, and the other one will just not be able to do anything. All right. But before we rally, we definitely want to get into as many areas as possible. So let's do that. Get leading into as many areas as possible. So we'll take the consort, which allows us to go into Virginia over here. Do that. Just says place 1 anywhere. Then can also gain more troops. For the captain, we'll just gain 2 more retinue. Cover that up. Notate that we used it. Take the Duke. Can continue my monopolization of Azenda here. Okay, so we've done all the loyalist actions except the rally. And we might as well do the rally now. So we're going to gain 3 for Ostoria. It's gold, 3 gold. Renner is pacified, we don't control it. And we're not leading there either, it's tied. So we're just going to gain 3, and then 3 for Liguria, and we're leading here. So 3, 3, 2. And we're also leading here, so 2 as well. So that's going to be 10. So we're up to 14, catching up to their 18. All right, but now more importantly, we're going to also do the tax action. So we're going to spend a pair to cross off a region, and then gain however much influence we have there in either gold or retinue. Kind of tempting to take the gold. Man, it's hard to say. I think we'll take the gold. All right, so we'll tax Astoria, so we cross it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna go to 20. We still control it. It just, crossing off the banner denotes that you can't tax it again later. It's already tapped out. Okay, so that concludes ours. We didn't buy the initiative, so they're gonna go first. Okay, here they go. 4, a demagogue and blocking spymaster. So each in a unique region once again. We'll have them, oof. You know, old gain, I think that's not, I think we can survive it. Here's hoping. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so they're actually gonna score 2 regions here. They're gonna win Telestria and Duranus, both on their side. Combined, that's 26 dominance. That's a lot. So we're gonna go, we're on 11. So if we jump over here, that's gonna be 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. That puts them just barely in the winning position by 1 for dominance. Clean sweep. However, we don't have anything here. Telestria too, that's gonna give them 2 fear. So they pull us out of the winning position with the fear as well. And we do have some adoration here we're going to gain because we have 3 supporters there, 3 influence. So we're going to pull this back away from them. 1, 2, 3. Now, when you would land on a position that's already taken, you just keep moving in that direction and then score the nearest one past that point. So we actually got to jump up 2 more here because of this one was already taken. Okay, so survey the scene. We're still leading in fear. They are just in the winning zone for morale and just in the winning zone for dominance. There's varying difficulty levels. So like an easier difficulty level would be, we got to be winning in 3, meaning a 3 in the blue zone, and they got to be winning in 3. If we were playing a harder difficulty, they would just need to be winning in 2 to win, and we would need to be winning in 3. Say, for the sake of the playtest, we'll say we're playing an easier mode game where we both need to be winning in 3 to win the game. So we'll continue. All right, let's say, what's our next? Otherwise, we just would have lost by a single point if we were playing in medium difficulty or higher level difficulty, which would have been a close defeat, but we'll proceed. All right, so that was their first turn. They're leading here 6-2. Can we turn that around? Possibly. Let's give it a shot. We will go with Cardinal. Drop the 3 in here. It's very hard to see this because this banner is in the way, which, like I said, we'll move. So we're going to sneak through here in the middle and then jump over here on the other side. It's an intent of plopping an army here to pull it away from them. Okay, then they go. 4. Each in a unique region again with the demagogue. And then they get a trigger spymaster. All right, so in a unique region, they'll continue there for Alvis. 1 up here, 2, 3, and if we put them in here, they would immediately win that area, which may actually be fine, actually. Yeah, let's actually make them do that. So we're going to win Capestrius, probably mispronouncing our own made-up words. Because they're already almost maxed on dominance, so giving a little more dominance here is not really going to help them much. However, we gain 4 more adoration, so we'll cross this off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And no one has any military here, so no fear is gained or lost. Okay, and they are just leading in these other areas. All right, if we did a recall, we'd just be 18 to 18. So not super enticed to do that. So we're going to take the Chancellor again, try to kind of repeat what we were trying to do earlier. Go up to 24 gold, then continue to place 1 influence anywhere we want. So we're going to put that here. Now, if they roll 6, pretty bad for us, but we'll see. All right, 2. Scoundrel. Once per unscored region where the state has more or equal strength. Okay, so they're leading here. That doesn't affect much at all. We're tied here, so they'll go and gain an influence here. They're leading here. They don't get anything from that. They do gain 1 over here. We can park it in the corner, though. Thankfully, that one had very little effect because we're losing so badly. All right, so they block general with that action. And then what do we do next? Do we recall here? Score a little bit of morale out of it. Yeah, I think we do, actually. Yeah, let's go for it. So we're going to go ahead and recall. We're going to go down to 20. And we're going to gain 2, because 20 versus 18. Going to gain 2 morale. Pulling this out of the winning position, most importantly. Excuse me. Okay, so morale check done. We gain these dice. What do we do with them? Don't have a pair. Can't tax. But I think we can complete a Zinda and then do a rally action. That would be good. So let's set these guys up. Wait, am I? Must be blind. Okay, they weren't stacked, so we do have a pair. Never mind. But I still might want to use that individually. Yeah, because see, we need to fill 3 here to get a Zinda. And if I use the pair, we won't be able to do that. Yeah, I mean, we could either complete it now or go first to complete it now in the next turn, but I think it's probably behooves us more to complete it now and then rally and then benefit from it in the same turn. Okay, so we'll actually use this for the spy, though the 4 we aren't able to use. And we will take these like Deacon. We'll have to deploy a little army, but I think that's fine. We can get this back into the winning position here as well. Okay, so enough babbling to myself. We're going to take a Deacon action. I'm going to jump forward here. We're going to take a spy action, use their influence here to rebound off it there. I'm going to take a captain, and we're going to actually just deploy, kind of do something mildly unusual. Once again, the Sharpie is not necessary, just easier to read it for y'all. And we're going to deploy a 1 strength army up here, just a 1. All right, so our total strength in this area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to their 1. We clearly want it, all right? It is now in our control. We also are going to gain 1 fear because we had the 1 military. So we could have thrown more to boost up the score, but we probably should have, honestly, but we will save it for later. It'll undoubtedly be useful later anyway. We're going to move up 1 fear and 11 on dominance. So they are being pulled back down to earth here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, cool. They are going to gain some adoration, 1 adoration, because they have their 1 supporter here that's driven underground. Thankfully, this one's unoccupied, so they're not going to get any cascading benefit from that. Okay, so we pulled them all the way from here to here. And we also pulled them out of the winning morale position as well. And we got a tiny bit of adoration in exchange for it, but we got more fear. So that was a pretty good clean sweep. And now we're going to rally. So we're going to gain 2 gold for everyone we're leading in, and 3 gold for everyone we are controlling. Now, control 1, 2, 3. That's going to be 9 gold. We aren't leading in anything. They're leading here and they're leading here. So 9 gold, and that's it. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's going to be 9. So we're going to go to 29 gold, and that's it. We didn't buy the initiative. They go first, and we're almost at the end game, where we are, you know, they're actually still a bit ahead, right? Dominance here, the morale is here, our adoration, a little bit past center, and some fear. So it'll really come down to these final turns. Okay. Oof. Well, if you don't recall, that might not matter particularly much. All right, well, let's check it out. So they're going to get 3 from Castra, 3 from Telestria, 2 from Alvis, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Ugh, okay. 18. They're going to go to 36. All right, the morale is very high. And thankfully they don't get a trigger Chancellor. But they didn't put any more influence on the board, so if we do something quickly, we might be able to turn this around and still come out ahead. Okay, we are going to take Spy Master. Yeah, doing a recall at this point is probably not advisable. I think we just want to try to end this in this phase as quickly as possible. Yeah, we're actually going to go... Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, we can Spy Master here and then split it up. So we can put one of our influence here, jumping the river, and then put the other one on this side of it. That way we're tying this area and this area, depriving them of 2. So if they'd rallied again, it wouldn't be as bad. All right, let's see what they're doing. Well, it's... Yeah, I guess it makes up for it, though, because they get to do the Chancellor action now. Okay, so 2 gold. It's going to be a little bit different, but let's recount it anyway. So it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And we tied those 2, so 14. So they're going to go to 50. They're very wealthy. And then they're actually going to go to 54 because they get the Chancellor as well, and they got to put 1 influence anywhere. We put up an Alvis for now. Okay. Well, that probably was the worst thing that could have happened. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was for some reason thinking we were setting ourselves up for Baron with this move, but we're not. What can we do here? Adoration still low. I think we go with... Well, they are not leading in any 2 things. If we do yeah. Okay, I think we just keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna try with Cardinal. Yeah, okay. We'll go like this. We're gonna put 1 here with Cardinal, and the other one will go up here. So we'll set ourselves up for using Baron here to complete this area if we can. See what they have to say about it. All right, well, I mean, they're unquestionably the morale leaders. Yeah, we're definitely not recalling if we can help it. We probably... Well, if they just keep rolling 6s, we'll never need to recall anyway because we'll be able to take the rest of these actions. All right, I probably should have remembered what the number was, but let's calculate it yet again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's it, because we're leading in those 2. So 14, so they're going to go to 68 gold. They rob the treasury, and then they're going to trigger that Chancellor yet again. So they're going to go to 72, and they're going to place an influence anywhere on the map. We'll just have them continue over in all this. Okay. Yeah, dangerous. Dangerous here. Okay. We will go and take that Baron as we had set up to do, and complete this area. and get control of Virginia. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to their 2. Clearly won that. They're going to gain a little bit of adoration. 1, 2. Thankfully that position's still unoccupied, so they don't get a jump all the way up there. Okay, and our dominance is going to go by 8 though. So we're going to cross this off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This position's already taken, so we're going to jump to the next one. That helps quite a bit. Okay. But they're going to be swinging that back in their direction with all of us fairly soon. But let's see what happens next. At this point, I'm just hoping they roll 6s. Ooh, the blocking general, that was pretty bad for us anyway. Okay, so Scoundrel, once per unscored region where the state has more equal strength. We're down to very few regions. There's only one where we have more strength. So they're going to gain 1. We can put that anywhere we want. So we're going to put it here. The only other region that isn't scored is here, and they're leading, so they don't get anything for that. But more importantly, that blocks the general, which I kind of wanted to take. Well, at that point, I don't think there's a way for us to conclude this without recalling. But we pulled that back to a safe position, so I think, you know, it's can't be helped, as they say. All right, so 5, so 24 to their 72, so they are off the charts here. If that was the thing, they just go to the max to 14. Their morale is unbreakable, but we get all these dice for our loyalists, and we might be able to close it out here. Okay, so Alvis. Could get more adoration out of it. That's a fair point. We could also throw it. Yeah, okay, let's do this. We'll spy and then captain in there, and we'll get some adoration and some fear out of it. And then we'll use the deacon and the duke to close off the other one. And I don't know if it matters what we do with the rest of this. So yeah, actually we'll go like this. We will levy with the 2, because they're gonna, I mean, they have 72, we have 24 gold. There's no competition on gold anymore ever. So we will cross off Daguria. We'll cross off Azinda just for style points and gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in retinue, actually, which will be more than we need, but might as well just close out strong here. That's a lot of armies. Okay, and that will be that. And then we will spy our way into here. And then we will captain a nice big army of 6 over here into Alvis. Okay, so what that does is we can cross these off. It's not going to matter because it's the end of the game here. But they're going to win because we only have 7 to their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we tied. Never mind. Oh, okay. That's even better, actually. So we're going to pacify this area and gain 6 fear out of it as well. We're pacified it with strength. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're max fear because this area scored and we have the bigger army here. So we still have the fear for it. But we did pacify it rather than gain the dominance. But we're going to gain 1 single adoration because this guy, you know, he's the peacemaker basically in this region. And where is our adoration? It's here. So we would move here, but that's taken, and that's taken, and that's taken. So we're going to jump up here. So we actually gained, you know, 4 out of it. I planned it like that. It was all part of my plan. Okay. And then we have the deacon, which is going to pop down over here. And then we have Le Duc over here, which is going to use this one to place 2 adjacent. So that's going to go like that. And then we win this area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to their 2. We gain control. They gain 2 adoration. Well, we probably could have done that the opposite way. It would have been better, but they're going to go 1, 2. So timing would have been important there. And we're going to gain 7 dominance, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 1 more, and it would have popped us all the way up there. Okay. And that is that. We can also rally for some in gold, I guess. If we were tied, probably. That'd be a tiebreaker. But we're not going to tie. So it's going to kind of count the final score. We have 10 fear, because everything is complete. So, we have 10 fear. They have 14 morale. Let's calculate it over here. Hey, look, our margins are doing some good. So we have our 10 fear. They have their 14 morale. They have 6 adoration, because we goofily kind of scored that final area rather than doing the opposite order, which may have won us the game. So we might have lost from that. And we have 9. Yeah, we have 9 dominance. I think that single move cost me the game, because their total here is 14 plus 6. So they have 20. And our 10 plus our 9, 19. So I think we just fell short. Should have done more calculation towards the end there, but 1 point game. And that is Solo Metus on an easy difficulty, right? Harder difficulty, they would just have needed 2 into the blue zone. We would need 3, but we're playing an easier mode and I still lost by a single point. Yeah, what else? So, yeah, the margins, that's 100% my printer. Don't worry about that. That will be fixed. This is actually an A4 image that needed to be moved to a letter format, so don't worry about that. That'll be normal sized. Fear is gained, just to run through the tracks again, fear is gained by having the bigger military in an area when it's closed, whether it's pacified or controlled by either player. Morale is when we do the recall action. We do the morale check after we bribe the advisors back to center. Adoration is gained from losing control of areas, as your supporters are driven underground, or being the peacemaker in an area where you gain equal to your influence. And dominance is gained equal to the region size, which is printed on the banner. And that's it. Okay, great. Hope you enjoyed the game as much as we do. This is just one map. All maps have different advisor actions, as well as one of the stretch goals is for us to change all the loyalist actions to be independent and more mimicking what the advisor actions for that map are doing. So yeah, a lot of stretch goals in mind. Hopefully we start hitting them. All right, thanks everybody for your time.